can reverse them by our lifestyle. That is why I said this in the beginning, that my own story inspires myself. It is possible to reverse your diabetes. It is very, very possible. From my sugar being 9 after long fasts, my sugar level, like this morning, it was 4.5. If I did not have somebody to tell me that you can reverse your pre-diabetes to become free from diabetes, I couldn't believe. Hello, good people. I am Miriam Muraya Mwago. Muraya is my dad and Mwago is my husband. And the reason that I am here is because I am here to share my story, a story that has become my journey. And this journey started last year. I think about last year around June, July there. And the reason that I started this journey because sometimes back in the years, I saw my mom struggle in life, and that is one thing that I don't know what I would say that I think I was naive. I don't know whether I would say I was naive and ignorant, that by then I wasn't conscious about whatever my mom was going through. And this thing that you go to the doctor, you visit the doctor, and the doctor asks you, do you have cancer in your family? What history is in your family? Do you have diabetes in your family? And that is one thing that was really making me mad. I didn't like that question that doctors ask people. And so in years, my mother was diagnosed with diabetic many years back. And I think our parents by then weren't sharing with their children whatever they were going through. And so I think when my mom was diagnosed with diabetes, she never shared with anyone. But with time, we'd see our mother taking some drugs every morning. But even at a time when she told us that she had diabetes, it is like we never took it serious. We never saw it as a life-threatening or something that we, as her children, we were supposed to be conscious about it. And my mother was that one woman who was very, very, very hardworking, and she was very active in life. And because she was going on with her life as usual, with her activities as usual, going to her place, she was a businesswoman, and we could see that her life was going on well. After so many years, my mother got an accident. When my mother got an accident, it was in the morning when she was going to her place of work. She was a Kikomba woman, and so she was going to her business in Kikomba, and she got an accident. And so when she was taken to St. Mary's, the doctors, after doctors had examined her, then they told us that your mom has suffered a fracture on her hip. And so we asked them what was the way forward. And so for them, they told us that your mom has to go, the only option was surgery. So that, sijui awekwe chuma, sijui nini, I don't know, something of the sort. But again, they told us, which to us cannot happen because your mom, because of her age, by then I think by that time, my mom was about, let's say 70, 75. Yeah, I think so, because my mom passed on when she was 83, and those were many years back. I'm just assuming that my mom, by then she was 75 years. So after my mom, when we were at St. Mary's, when the doctors called us and told us my mother could not go through surgery because of her age, and again not only because of her age, because your mom is diabetic. And that is when we realized our mother has been sick. Our mother has been taking drugs every morning. My mother was diabetic, and at the same time, she had high blood pressure. So, and there was no now option of her going through surgery. And so we asked them, with the hip dislocation, how her life would be. And they told us, your mom might never walk again as a normal person, the way she was walking, but she will survive on crutches. And so, you know, as a child and as a daughter, it was something that as a family, it wasn't a very good thing to us as a family. But again, we had to walk that journey with my mom. My mom stayed in the hospital for some time. We took our mom home. Actually, I'm the one who took my mom in. And I saw my mom from being a very active woman, a very hardworking woman, to a woman who really needed to be assisted in so many things. And still, even at that point, it never hit me on what I needed to do to help my mom not to get to a worse situation. So we would make sure that mom takes her medicine where the blood pressure was concerned, and also she has taken her sugar level medicine, and that was her lifestyle. And I saw my mom from stage to stage, going down, year after year, stage by stage. To cut the long, short story, my mom rested when she was about 83. And when by the time my mom was dying, it was a story that we never knew that we will come out of it. It was very hurting. I don't want to talk so much about my mom because I might get emotional. But I want to say that after my mom went to be with the Lord, and after some years, I realized I am a gym person. Gym is one thing that I love doing. But I remember last year, around June and July there, I would go for gym, I would go for aerobic as usual, and I would see like I don't have the energy I used to have there before. I'm very energetic. I'm somebody who is also like, I think I've taken after my mom. Very hardworking and very energetic. And so gym has been my lifestyle. And so last year, I remember one evening I came and I told my husband, I don't know how I'm feeling, but it is like every day I go to the gym, I'm feeling so tired. I'm feeling like I don't have the energy that I've always had in years. And so it started hitting me. Could it be that I'm suffering from something that I don't know? I would go to the gym, and but I wouldn't watch what I am eating. My lifestyle was just there. As we know that I'm very addictive to wheat. Wheat is something that I love, and I know many people can identify with this, and also sugary things. I have grown up loving sugar. So last year when I came and told my husband how I was feeling, my husband asked me, what do you want? I told him, can I go for checkup? So we visited the hospital. I was done some checkup and some sugar level, and my pressure was taken, and that is when it hit me. Things were not okay. You know, there are some things that I was hearing there before, and every time I would see that after my mother went to be the Lord through diabetic, and I had seen my aunties dying of high blood pressure, dying of diabetes. I I keep on telling myself, that is not my portion in Jesus' name. That is not my portion in Jesus' name. And my husband kept on telling me, this is life. This is life, and such things when they are in family, their inheritance, I don't know. Kuna kitu tu alikuwa ananiambia that used to piss me off. And I kept on saying, diabetes is not my portion. High blood pressure is not my portion. That was my story. That was my song all over the years. But I never knew, with I saying that it is not my portion, there was something more I needed to do to get out of such a situation, or to never find myself in such a situation. So here I am in the hospital, and my sugar level has said that it is very high. And I asked the doctor, now what is my situation? And the doctor tells me, you're prediabetic. That is one word that I didn't really like to hear. You know, I was always saying and praying that diabetes is not my portion. I will not die of diabetes. I will not die. You know, I saw my mom struggle with diabetes. I saw diabetes taking my mom down. I didn't know that every time I saw my mom taking those drugs, they were harming her organs inside. They were shortening her life. It was a slow death thing. It never hit me. But now here I am. The reality has hit me. The doctor has told me that I am pre-diabetic because my sugar level by then, actually that same day that I went to take the test, the doctor told me when was my last meal. And actually we counted the hours that I had stayed without taking a meal, and it was about 16 hours, because I had taken my meal the previous day around 6, and I had gone to the doctor the following day at around 12:01. So the doctor told me, if your sugar level after fasting for those hours, over 16 hours, it is showing that it is 9, then it is telling us that you are not on the right track with your life. Your blood pressure is 170. Actually, when I was taking the blood pressure, the doctor told me, ule nurse aliniambia, hebu pumzika kidogo juu, pressure yako inaonekana iko juu. So she told me, can you wait for some time, then we take it again. By the time alikuwa amechukua mara ya kwanza, it was 168. Then to take it again, it was 170. Akaniambia, can you try to relax without panicking? Hey, I'm telling you, these things can make you panic, and especially something that you have always fought inside you. When now the reality is hitting you, it is not a beautiful thing. And so when she took it again, it was 172, and that is when she concluded, have you been suffering from high blood pressure? I told her, no, I don't have that history. Is it in your family? The same again, the question that people keep on asking, and I hated it. And I told her, it doesn't matter. But now here I am. And then she forwarded to the doctor. So when I went to the doctor told me, now you need to go take your sugar. We need to see how your sugar is, and also your cholesterol. So I went, damu ikachukuliwa, and then they took it to the lab, and I was told to wait for about 3 hours. Yeah, I was told to wait for some time. So we waited. Then when we came back, the doctor said, your sugar level is quite high. It is showing it is 9. Your high blood pressure is quite high. This is what we call prediabetes. That is a word I didn't want to hear. That was a nightmare to me. Something that I had feared all my life Something that I had said, I don't want to ever go through it. It is now hitting me in reality. And my husband could see that I was down. My husband could see I was in a state that I really needed somebody to encourage me and to tell me that it's Miriam, it's gonna be well. And I remember I couldn't even wait to come home. I called my daughter. I have a daughter. I have a daughter who understands these things more than I do. So I called her and I told her, you know what? The doctors have told me I'm pre-diabetic. And then she asked me, what is your sugar level? I told her it is 9. And my pressure has refused to go down from 170. But doctor, seeing how panic I had become and how worried I became, the doctor said we cannot conclude this now. We have to take, you have to come tomorrow morning. We take again your blood in the morning after you have eaten, when it is 8 years after you have eaten. We take your blood again, then we try to backdate. There is how they backdate your blood, how it has been for the last 6 months. And then the doctor said, if it has been 9 for the last 2 months, then we wouldn't call you pre-diabetic. We would try to control it with diet, and maybe we try to see whether we can level your sugar level. We can lower your sugar level. So that is what we did. The following, I came, took my dinner late. Then I counted 8 years. By 8 hours in the hospital, they took my blood sample and took it to the lab. Then I was told to come the following day in the morning, the following day morning. So when I went, the doctor told me, Madam, it doesn't matter how much I may try to encourage you or to tell you that it's gonna be well. And having the history in your family and what you saw, I gave him a bit of my mom's story, and seeing what your mom went through. I don't think that is the journey you'd want to go through. And so for us, for me, I will tell you, this is a journey. Your blood sugar has not been stable for the last 6 months. And I'm telling you, friends, that is something I didn't want to hear. So I went home, and the doctor told me, go take I was given some medication, but I was told that you have not started the medication for diabetes, because we want you, after taking this medicine for 1 week, come back. We now again do some tests. We see how it is. Then from there we can see way forward. So my friends, that is what I did. I came home, and my children, I shared what the doctors have told me with my children. Actually, I was in tears. I couldn't imagine myself I could start the journey that I saw my mom in at my age. Because according to my calculation, it is like my mom was diagnosed with diabetes when she was about 62. But now here I am, still young. I'm in my 50s. So I said, no, this cannot happen to me. So by the time I was getting home, I was feeling very down, very down, very down. I started visualizing my mom's life, the struggle that I saw my mom go through, the pain that I saw my mom go through. And sometimes my mom's pain wouldn't be my mom's pain, it was our pain at a certain point. At a certain point, we suffered more than my mom was suffering. My mom's pain became our pain as her children. Because at a certain point, my mom was not even able to use those crutches. My mom from crutches, she was on wheelchair. From wheelchair to bed, to special bed. A lot of pain my mom went through. And so I couldn't figure out myself in same journey and starting the struggle now. So when I came home, I told my big daughter, my firstborn, what the doctors have said. I'm prediabetes and I'm given this medicine to take, and I need to go back after 1 week. And I remember my daughter is very courageous, and I thank God for her. She told me, no, Mom, you will not take any medicine. I want you to believe in me, and I want you to change your lifestyle. I want you to change anything about you. And I know you can reverse your sugar level. You can reverse your pressure without taking any medicine. That is what I needed to hear. That is exactly what I needed to hear. That was one person who brightened up my spirit. That is one person who made me feel like I still have long life to live. One person who made me feel the Miriam who loves life so much will continue enjoying life. And so she came up with a diet and told me, now you have to move from whatever. Me, I'm a person who loves meat. I wouldn't say that I still love meat even now. And she told me, you will cut down on red meat. So my daughter came up with a diet and told me, you will have to adapt on this lifestyle. And if there was that one person who really wanted to take anything to the latter, was Miriam. I followed everything. I now started again. Thank God for Google. Google can also become your guide, because I knew I will not be always with my daughter. She's working, and so I'm also on my things. So I needed to have knowledge by myself. So I started studying more about diabetes, what causes the spark of your insulin. Nikajua kuna mambo insulin. I started studying about it. What causes the diabetes? What causes your sugar to rise? What would I do to make sure that my pressure goes down? And I knew once I control my sugar level, once I control my cholesterol, once I control my BP, my blood pressure, I'm able to control my sugar level. That is how I changed my lifestyle. I started eating vegetables. Things like broccoli, I would see people eating, and I would like asking myself, what? You know, the way they are enjoying the broccoli, the way they are enjoying mishiri that are pre-cooked. And let me tell you, my friend, I became that person. I became that person. And this is just part one of my lifestyle. And what I am telling you now, I want to show you how I have walked on this journey and the way I have reversed that pre-diabetic word from the doctor. Ya kwamba last week on Thursday that I just went for checkup. Unajua me, when such threats come in your life, you have to look for things. Now mimi nikawa I can't go every time to check my blood level from the doctor. I had to buy this. Thank God that I have people in the family that are in. This is easily accessible, so I had to buy this. This is this I monitor I monitor my blood pressure every morning and every evening. By the time I told you, by the time I was declared prediabetes, my pressure had gone up to 170, 180, 175. Yani saa zile nimefast longer hours, maybe tuseme tu for 16 hours ndio ingemesha 168. And I'm telling you, my friends, I changed my lifestyle. And I know this is not easy for everyone. But when we say diabetes is not our portion, we have to do something. When we say we are not going to die of diabetes, we don't just say, I realized I have to pray about it, trust God about it, but again, I have to do something. And that is when I bought this. This actually, it is very accurate. It is very accurate. Very, very accurate. Maybe I've been talking for some time. My pressure might not be... But my pressure has gone down. Sometimes I take my pressure inakuanga at 118. There are times I'll take my pressure and it was 118. These days my pressure does not go beyond 140 after a lot of activities. It doesn't go beyond 140, which the doctor tells me it is perfect. It is perfect. It is perfect. That is normal. It is normal for somebody who is of your age, and again for somebody who is active as you are. So I monitor my BP all the time. Let me say I monitor maybe after 2, because you can't do it every day. I was doing that when I was trying to stabilize my sugar level and to stabilize my blood pressure. I was doing that oftenly. And I was visiting the doctor after every 2 weeks so that he could see my progress. But I'm here to say it is possible, and very, very possible. Very possible to reverse your diabetes, and especially if you're not completely. People say you can reverse diabetic too, which I believe you can. You can, and it doesn't matter what people say that your family people atini genes wako na jinsi ya diabetes, sijui ya high blood pressure. These things we can reverse them by our lifestyle. And so, like today, this morning, my blood pressure was 123 this morning. I want to see how it is right now so that you can see. And it is from July last year to now. Oh, it is refusing because I'm holding it. It should be somewhere. It should be somewhere on the table. Yeah, because of the position it cannot. But I will share with you. I will share with you how my BP is. So again, I had to buy this. This one, it's very, very important to have it, especially when you know you want to monitor your sugar level. Especially after, it is always good to monitor your sugar level before eating and 2 hours after eating. That is what I do it. So I monitor my sugar level in the morning after I've woken up, before I even go to the gym. I monitor my sugar level. Then after the gym, in the evening, when I eat something, for you to know that what kind of food I am supposed to eat, what food is good for me. This one helps me a lot, because after every meal, by then, right now, I know the food that is working for me. I know the food that I shouldn't eat and the food that I should eat. And for me to know the food that I should eat, sometimes the food I eat, okay, me right now, I love vegetables, broccoli, mishiri. I know how, I will share with you how I cook them. and how I prepare them, and the portion that I eat and when I eat. So from my sugar being 9 after long fasts, my sugar level, like this morning, it was 4.5. Sometimes that is why I said this in the beginning, that my own story inspires myself. It inspires myself, seeing that if I did not have somebody to tell me that you can reverse your prediabetes to become free from diabetes, I couldn't believe. But today I can tell someone who is even taking diabetes drugs. I wouldn't tell you to stop once, to stop taking those drugs, but I would tell you it is possible to reverse your diabetes. It is very, very possible. And that is why I said my story could be your story, or it could be your mother's story. Because today my daughter shares my story to her friends, so that her friends can be inspired to go and share my story with their mothers. So if you are there and you don't know how to go about it, I would want you to join me as we go on this journey of reversing our life, changing our lifestyle, even as we age. As we say that we are aging gracefully, that it will be a reality. Another thing that I added on top of my exercise, I added swimming. I realized throughout my life, I have done a lot of aerobics, and still I found myself in this. So what I did, I included swimming in my exercise. So I would go for gym maybe twice a week or thrice a week. Then I would combine two times swimming. So again, swimming became my lifestyle. So I know there is, if you don't love gym, not so many people love going for aerobics, but again the doctor told me walking is very good. The reason I chose swimming, because the doctor told me it is either you walk a lot or you go for swimming. So I am currently doing a lot of swimming, a lot of aerobics, and I'm keenly watching my diet. Let me tell you, when that is why I'm saying ignorant is very bad. Because when our mom was told that she has to be on strict diet, tulikuwa tunamchemshia chakula, alafu my mom couldn't handle pre-cooked food. So kama ni mishiri lazima tuchemshe ndio tupike. Kama ni broccoli lazima zipikwe ziwe ya kwamba for her to enjoy the food. But let me tell you, my friend, I told you this is a journey I want us to walk together. Today I've started by sharing you my story and where I've come from and where I am now. Tomorrow I want to share with you the kind of meal that I am eating, the kind of vegetables that I am eating. One thing I know I stopped completely, but once in a while I treat myself, is wheat. I'm trying as much as I can to keep off wheat. And wheat means wheat. Whether it is brown or it is white, it is wheat. That is what if I come, you don't tell me nakulanga brown. You know, my mom used to say nakulanga brown. And every time we would cook, she would eat brown chapatis. Brown chapatis was always, my mom loved chapatis. But as long as they were brown, we would tell ourselves that she was on the safe side. But now with the knowledge that I have known that wheat is wheat. Rice is rice. Once in a while, if I want to eat rice, I would go for the brown rice. But again, I wouldn't put it as my main meal. Ya kwamba every time I want to eat, I eat brown rice. No. The only way to go is vegetable. I will share with you how I cook my vegetables, just as I've said. Then we will see it is not a boring journey. But we have to love walking, we have to love exercising, and we have to love swimming if you can swim, and we have to love vegetables. If you are 45 and above, make these two things to be your friends. Actually, I'm trying to show my daughters, even if they are at their age, they can start monitoring this so that they can always know when they are going wrong. So thank you, friends, and thank you for listening to me, and I know you will follow me as we walk this journey together. Help your mom, help your auntie, help a friend, so that we say no to diabetes, we say no to high blood pressure. Thank you very much.